By the way, Mom, how did stocks and the stock market start?
The stock market and stock trading have been around longer than you might think. While modern stock trading began in the 17th century, the origins go back even further. Do you know where it all started?
Hmm, New York? Wait a second. America didn't even exist back then.
I've heard that they were doing something like stock trading in Antwerp and London back in the 16th century, but the place where the modern idea of the stock market really took off is Amsterdam in the Netherlands.
The Netherlands? Why the Netherlands?
Yeah, the country that makes you think of tulips and windmills.
It's the country of ASML.
Back then, a really important Dutch company came up, and that was the Dutch East India Company.
Was it a company set up in India?
At that time, the Netherlands was at war with Spain. But what do you think is the most important thing in a war?
Weapons? Military?
The most important thing that makes all of that possible is money. As the war for independence dragged on for 80 years, Dutch merchants thought they should contribute somehow. So, let's make money.
But how?
Back then, the Netherlands was a maritime trade powerhouse, and it was the age of exploration. People thought they could get rich by sailing to the east, bringing back valuable goods and trading them.
But why did they set up the Dutch East India Company?
Unlike today, sailing back then took a really long time and cost a lot of money. Countries like Spain, France, and England had strong royal families that provided plenty of support. But the Netherlands didn't have a strong royal family and couldn't afford to do that. So, where did they get the investment from? They got it from the people.
So they let everyone invest.
Yes, it was a 21-year long-term investment. To make the Dutch East India Company more attractive, the Dutch government gave it exclusive rights to bring in and sell rare items from the East. This way, they could make a profit and share it.
But Mom, isn't 21 years too long? What if something happens during that time?
That's why they allowed people to buy and sell those rights. If you go to college, I'll need to pay for your tuition, right? So I could transfer the investment rights I had to someone else.
Did they have some kind of contract for that?
At first, they just recorded it in a ledger. Later, they started using securities documents, like a certificate that stated how much someone had invested. Then you could sell that document to someone else and get cash, which I could use to pay your tuition.
So that's how the stock exchange was born.
That's right. That's how the Dutch Stock Exchange became the world's oldest modern stock exchange. But there was one group of people who played a really important role in this.
Who were they?